Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
And we are here taking a look at Taxi Derby. Now in Taxi Derby, you are driving like a normal human being to deliver people to where they need to get. You'll never speed, and this is a game that's based on, I think it's based on the old Crazy Taxi video games from when I was a kid, before both of these guys were born. And in this game, you were driving around like crazy picking up passengers. I feel like that's what this is, right?
Basically, the moral of the game is you can do whatever you want just as long as you don't get caught.
Let's take a look at the game and we'll be right back. Be careful, your microphone's rubbing against your jacket. The board is made up of these 4 square boards, which you can kind of rotate any way you want, giving you a randomized board. On the board, there are different spots. There are places where you can go, and you'll see these different spots here to pick up passengers. There's a pile of passengers who get progressively more lucrative and more difficult to pick up. And then there are locations. So this is a location, a stadium, and these are spots where you'll be able to drop off the passenger. Passengers are going to give you a certain amount of money. So these passengers are pretty much identical, and they're going to show you the location they want to go to. So for example here, Eden wants to go to this location. But Eden also wants you to have some music that you're listening to. Each player is going to start with a character card, and so there are many different character cards. Here's Diego that you can play with, and each of these characters has upgrades. You'll start the game with one of them, and you need an upgrade to pick up certain passengers. Like this passenger here, you need Wi-Fi to pick them up. So you need at least one to pick up some of the passengers. When you get a second one, you also get a special ability. Like once you have these two, then from then on out, this isn't music by the way, this is Chrome, then on out all upgrades are -1. And when you get a third one, you're going to get an additional 3 coins when you deliver a passenger who wants that type of upgrade. Gameplay is pretty simple. On your turn, you're going to take your taxi and you're going to move it and take 1 or 2 actions. Now you can move 4 spaces with no problem, but you can literally move as far as you want. You can move 20 spaces if you wanted to. But I go 1, 2, 3, 4. You have actions of picking up passengers. You have actions of dropping passengers off. You have actions of going to a store. So this is a store here, for example, would have a couple upgrades in it. I could go there and pay money to buy one of those upgrades. But you can take 1 action if you go 4 or less. If you go more than 4, you can take a second action. But if you go more than 4, you are speeding. And when you're speeding, the police car, which starts next to the police station, might chase you. So let's say, for example, I decided to go 6 spaces. Well, that's 2 over the speed limit of 4. So then I'm going to roll a 4-sided die. I rolled a 1. The police car is going to move 1 times 2. It's going to move 2 spaces after me. It probably won't catch me, but if I had rolled a 4 times 2, it would have moved 8 spaces. So you can see if you go 5 over the speed limit, the police car might move 5, but it might also move 20. If you don't speed, you can just move the police car 4 spaces anywhere you want, probably towards somebody else. If the police car does catch you, you're going to draw a traffic ticket. Traffic tickets could just be a warning, which isn't so bad. They could cause fines that you need to pay, make you lose an upgrade, and there's even a couple that will simply arrest you. If you can't pay the fine or you're arrested, you'll go to the police station. There you lose any passenger you're carrying, and you kind of just fall behind a little bit. Now, depleting these passenger tokens, when you pick one up, new ones will come out. Depleting these are what ends the game. And as more passengers come out, you'll notice that what the requirements and the rewards are greater. Even the final one here, this purple one, this one needs you to have picked up 3 law officers already, but he's going to give you 6. And so depletion of these piles will trigger the end of the game. So bonuses here. Whoever has the most of the different passengers, if you picked up the most police, or the least police, the least tickets that you've gotten anyway, if you collected the most criminals, if you have the most of different things. And in fact, every time you speed, you move up on a speeding track, and whoever speeds the most will get extra bonus points. So this is, you add this together with the money that you made over the course of the game, and whoever has the most money is the winner. Now this is the initial Kickstarter printing. It's very nicely done. The cards are really good quality. The cars are printed on them. In fact, they even got an extra set of cars. Instead of using the green taxi, I can use the green van. These symbol tokens have the symbols printed on them, but they're also colored differently, which helps them. Metal coins, although they have these money cards which are worth 20 coins, which pale a little bit next to the metal coins themselves. The boards themselves, I really like how these look. Each of them has a very distinctively different driver, the different vehicles, and that's fun. And there's two sides. You have the A side and then the B side where you have a special ability and a location bonus. So it adds a little bit more to the game. And you got spots to carry your different passengers in on. The boards themselves have a light side and a darker side at nighttime, but I prefer the lighter side better just because it's easier to see where everything is. But honestly, the production value here, including the rule book, is really well done. Okay, so first of all, I think you guys agree with me. The game is really good components.
Yes.
Do you like the art and the characters and stuff?
Yeah, but I wish I didn't have this one. I wanted that one.
No.
That's really hard to do.
No.
Does it matter?
Yes.
Oh. They're just there for you to look at to remember. Okay. So the game itself is a game, and one of the cool things about this game is you can move as far as you want. You can do whatever you want, really. But really, you didn't want to speed. You want to speed because you get the extra actions. But if the police car is like right around the corner, you don't speed.
No.
We kept encouraging each other to speed when the police car was around the corner around them, but
I don't think Daddy cared either way.
I did get arrested the most, I think.
No, Violet did. She got arrested twice.
and for some reason,
She got both arrest cards.
and there's only two.
They were only 2 in the entire deck.
Yeah, that's true, but that's how luck works sometimes. So the game has some luck to it, but it is fun. You sit there and you have to guess if you can speed. So if the police car is like 7 spaces from you, you'll say, I can speed 2 spaces. Unless I roll a 4, I'm fine. I can speed 3 spaces. Unless I roll a 3 or a 4, I'm fine. I can speed 4 spaces as long as I just roll 1, you know? And I think the way the police car moves is pretty neat. And the rest of it, the upgrades and stuff like that, that's kind of cool. I mean, the upgrade special abilities, like one lets you get, and they're different based on which side of the board you're using, but you can move the police car 3 spaces faster or 3 spaces slower. I remember you got that one. You liked that, right?
No, that was Ruby.
Oh, that was Ruby, right? Anytime Ruby went somewhere, you could make the police car go slower.
But she still didn't like the speed at all.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
In real life, that's a good thing. She'll be my favorite daughter. But yeah, so the game definitely encourages you to speed. It encourages you to pick up different passengers of different types. There's different
Especially
types.
criminal passengers.
Well, that's not.
I'm a CIA helper.
That's true.
Weren't you the one who delivered the most criminals?
You know what?
Especially to the airport.
I'm sending him to the jail at the other end of the airport. So what did you think of the game? Violet, what do you think?
I thought it was really good. Especially the part where you can like go around doing whatever you want. It's not like completely based on like how much you move.
Sure.
Unless the police car is like right behind you, then that's a pain.
Yes.
Yeah, this is called a little bit, it's sometimes a sandbox game in the sense that you can go anywhere and do anything. You're now to follow a path, you drive anywhere in the city, pick up any passenger you want, go take it anywhere you want, or go pick up upgrades. What'd you think?
I definitely like how they specifically say who you're picking up, like whether or not they're a CIA agent or a criminal. And if you flip the other side of the board, then they might duck out in an alley.
That's true. On the dark side of the board, it's not just a different side. There's also alleys and one-way streets and things like that. And there's even a little expansion with traffic cones and such. So what would you give it out of 10?
Probably an 8?
An 8?
5?
10.
An 8? A 10 out of 10?
Whoa! I really like this game.
Okay, no, that's fine.
She found us.
I'm closer to a a 7 myself, but I find it to be very enjoyable. We definitely are yelling back at each other. We hope we move the police car towards each other. The game keeps moving, and you're never really sure who's going to win, even until the end, just because there's so many of those end game scoring things. So, wow. Well, a 10 out of 10 from Violet. There you go. That's Taxi Derby. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassel.
And I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
See y'all later.